For this video, we are going to talk about the skills of hand washing, using gloves, and personal protective equipment. First, we're going to start with hand washing. Hand washing is the #1 way to prevent the spread of infections. When we wash our hands in the nursing home setting or any healthcare setting, you need to wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. It is important that you don't touch the countertop with your scrubs because that's going to prevent the spread of microorganisms as well. When you wash your hands, you want to have the water warm, not too hot, not too cold, because that can dry out your skin. To start, we're going to turn the water on, and we don't want it too forceful because we don't want to splash. I'm going to put this in the garbage can. I'm going to get my hands wet, and I'm going to put enough soap on to lather for at least 20 seconds. When you are washing your hands, you can count the 20 seconds or you can sing happy birthday twice, but you want to make sure that you cover all surfaces of your hands. You want to use friction to make sure that you're scrubbing and getting all the microorganisms off. You scrub it in between your fingers, on the tops of your hands, the palms of your hands, moving any rings that you have to scrub underneath, and scrubbing your fingernails as well. It is also important to make sure that you keep your elbows higher than your hands so that no water drips down your arm. You don't want to touch the inside of the sink either because you'll have to start all over with your scrubbing. Once you've scrubbed your hands for at least 20 seconds, you can go ahead and rinse them off. And then just let your fingers drip for a second. Don't splat your fingers because again it's going to go all over the sink. Go ahead and grab your paper towels, keep your hands below your elbows, and dry them thoroughly. And then with a new paper towel, you can turn off the water. We're also going to talk about wearing gloves. When you pick a pair of gloves to wear, you want to make sure the size is not too big but not too small either. If they get really small, then your hands are going to sweat a whole bunch. So, when you put on a pair of gloves, you want to make sure you take them out of the box and put them on right away. You don't want to put a whole bunch in your pocket or anything like that. So you put them on. We wear gloves whenever we are going to possibly be in contact with bodily fluids. So brushing teeth, bathing, shaving, all of those things we're going to possibly become in contact with bodily fluids. We do not wear gloves for helping somebody eat or dressing someone like that. We only wear them when we're going to possibly become contact with bodily fluids. You want the gloves to fit comfortably but not too tight. When you are done wearing gloves, you want to take them off in a special way so that everything on the outside of the glove stays on the outside and it does not come on your hands. So I'm right-handed, so I'm going to take my right hand and grab the middle of my left glove here. I'm going to take that and slowly slide that hand off. Once I've gotten that hand out, I'm going to take this glove and I'm going to fold it inside of this other glove. Then I'm going to take my other hand and I'm just going to go underneath this glove here and slowly turn that inside out so that everything from the outside of the glove is contained inside of this. And then you can throw it in the garbage. You have to wash your hands every time you take a pair of gloves off. When washing your hands, you must use soap and water whenever your hands are knowingly or visibly soiled. So if I cough in my hands, I know I have to wash them with soap and water. If I just take off a pair of gloves and my hands are clean, I know that they're clean, I just took off this pair of gloves, you can use hand sanitizer instead for hand hygiene. When you use hand sanitizer, I'll reach over here and grab some. When you use hand sanitizer, it's the same concept. So, I have to have enough on my hands that I can scrub for at least 20 seconds. And you do the same thing that you just did with hand washing. So you get the backs of your hands, you get in between your fingers, use friction for your nails, move your rings, and you continue rubbing your hands together until they are completely dried. You don't air dry them and wave your hands up in the air when you're halfway done. So at least 20 seconds you have to be able to scrub your hands together when you use hand sanitizer. But hand sanitizer can be used according to the CDC as much as you want to, as long as you know that your hands are not visibly or knowingly soiled. The last part to this video is the personal protective equipment. So for the headmaster test and for lab, we do contact precautions. Contact precautions includes the gown and gloves. So this is a isolation gown that can be used in the healthcare setting. You put this on first, you put the gown on first, and you have these ties that go around the neck. So you reach back and you tie this in a bow behind your neck. Then you want to cover your back as much as possible by wrapping the gown around you, and then take the waistband ties, bring them behind you, and tie that in a bow as well. When you use isolation gowns or isolation, you must have this equipment on before you walk into a resident's room. Next, you want to put your gloves on. So for my gloves, I'm just going to put them on. You should have a cuff between your gown and your gloves. So I keep my gown up over my thumb knuckle, and I bring my gloves down over top of that. Okay, so I have this area that's double covered. Do the same with the other side. So now I am prepared to go into my residence room with isolation. I can go in, do all the cares that I need to do. When I'm going to leave that residence room, I have to take off my isolation protective gear. So again, taking off my gloves the same way that we just showed you. I have my left hand, I'm right hand dominant, so I'm going to go ahead, grab onto my glove, and I'm going to slowly peel that off inside out. I'm going to wrap that into my right glove here, then I'm going to reach underneath to the clean area of my glove, and I'm going to slowly take that inside out and off. The next thing that I need to do is I need to untie my gown. So I reach behind my neck here and I untie the top part. When I have untied the top part, I take these strings and I fold them down in front of me. This allows me to have a clean area, the inside part to touch. Then I untie the waist. Then I'm going to take my hand and touch this clean area that's inside the gown. I'm going to bring it all the way down to my hand and take that out. I'm going to take my other hand, do the inside on this, take it all the way down. I'm keeping it off the floor, and I'm just going to fold it inside out, away from me, off the floor, and then this would be disposed of in the garbage can. And that's the conclusion of this skills video.